Hi, this is Wendy from Knitters Brewing, and I'm going to show you how to do a turned Picot hem. This is a technique that's featured in a couple of our patterns, so I wanted to demonstrate it. Here's what it looks like. This is the outside. It's got a nice scalloped edge. This is the finished bottom, and in this case it's a hat. And then on the inside you also have a nice finished edge, and the two are joined together at this point here. So what I'm going to show you how to do is set this up, how you do this scallop looking edge, and then how you join the two together here when you do the actual knit the hem together part. So let's see what it looks like before it's knit together. So you're going to cast on, and regular long tail cast on is fine, and then you're going to knit some rounds in stockinette. Your pattern will direct you how many. In this case I did 7. And then this is what we call a picot turn row. All it is alternating K2 togethers and yarn over. So K2 together, yarn over, K2 together. So it doesn't look like much when it's flat like this, but by folding it, that's how you get that cute scalloped edge along the bottom. Then after you do the picot turn row, you do another set of stockinette rounds or rows, and generally the same number on both sides, so that when you fold this in half, the two edges will come together at the same height. So after you've done that, now you're going to knit the two together. And to do this, I'm going to use my handy pointing pin here. When you fold it in half, for each stitch on this needle, you're going to pick up a stitch along your hem, and I grab the first purl bump. So if we turn it a little bit, so this is kind of what when you see the right side of a long tail cast on and it's got that pretty edge, that's this stitch here. So we're not going to grab that one, but we're going to go just to the inside, and we're going to be grabbing this first purl bump each time we pick up a stitch along the edge here. And all you're going to do is just keep moving one stitch over each time. So with you can see where I picked up this last one. Now my next one I'm going to pick up here, and then here, and then here. And we're going to knit them together with these stitches. You can take another circular needle or straight needle and pick up these stitches ahead of time, and then knit the stitches off this needle with the stitches on this needle. It's called like a 3-needle bind off or a 3-needle hem, but I really don't think it's necessary to go to that extra amount of work when you can just kind of do it on the fly like this. And I should mention, you need to have the same number of stitches on your cast on edge as you do on the needles that you're doing the hemming row on. Alright, so to do this, what we're going to do helps to get the stitches down toward the end of the needle here. But what you're going to do is knit together the front stitch here. Sorry. With the next purl stitch on the back. Hopefully I'm showing that all right. I wrap it around, I pull it through the back stitch and then through the front stitch and take it off the needle. Okay, let's do that again. So we're going to go through the front stitch knitwise, and then we're going to grab the next purl stitch on the hem or on the cast on edge, wrap the needle around as if to knit, pull it through that back stitch, and then pull it through the front stitch. And you just keep doing that all the way around. And it stays fairly stretchy. You don't have to worry about that. So it is a really suitable edging for both firm things like the bottom of an edge of a sweater or a sleeve, or it works good on the top of a sock, or around the band of a hat, like I'm doing here. So I'll do one more. So through the back and then through the front. So you just work your way all the way around or all the way to the end of your row. And when you get to the end, then your sides will be knit together. It's very tidy looking in the back. And then you can continue working your pattern up from there. One other thing I want to mention, an alternate version of this, you can see the scalloped edge is a little bit feminine looking. If you want to do something that just has a straight edge, instead of doing the picot turn row where you alternate the K2 togethers and the yarn over, do a row of purl. And what that will do, it allows you to make a nice sharp fold like this is, and it will have a straight edge. And it's very tidy looking. So if you need something that's a little more gender neutral or something for a man, maybe a man's hat, you might substitute that option instead.